Hi everybody, this is Alan with HeadphoneReviewHQ.com, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Audio-Technica ANC7Bs, which are these right here. I figured while I was at it, I'd go ahead and give you a sneak preview of several of the things to come. This is not all of it by far. So what I'm going to be listening with is the new FiiO X3, and this is the audiophile grade portable media player that plays lossless files as well as MP3s and pretty much anything else. So I've got it loaded down with a ton of flax, and it's still in the casing because I need to do the unwrapping video, so I'm kind of cheating on this. But anyways, along with the ANC7Bs, I've got the Beyerdynamic DT990 Premium 250 ohms. I've got the ANC7 or the ANC9s, which is the step up from the ANC7Bs. And then the Bose, which I've already reviewed, but after I'm done with all these, then I'm going to do a shootout of the noise canceling. And behind me here, Newforce sent me their newest portable media, their portable amplifier, the MMP. So that's coming up soon. And then they also sent me their in-ear 700Ms, which have gotten pretty decent reviews around. So as you can see, there's a lot coming up. And I've also, FiiO also sent me the FiiO HS2, which is basically an amplifier headphone switch. Now I'm not using that for doing these comparisons or anything because I want to make sure that there's no coloration in the sound. So I'm going to basically try and get some software to be able to record the differences to see what there are. But that will be coming up as well. I mean, it's a nice little product. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started with the ANC7Bs, and hope you enjoy. So the build quality and the fit and finish on the ANC7Bs. First, I will say that they're very comfortable. They're not quite as comfortable as what the Bose are, because I'm going to get a lot of questions about that. But they are by far one of my more favorite sets of headphones to wear. Part of it is because of this top band is very padded and it's very cushy. It sits softly on your head. The ear pads, it's kind of interesting. They're memory foam, and so as they heat up, they actually get a little bit more comfortable. And I will say these pads don't get as hot as, like, say the M50s or anything like that. So they do warm up a little bit, but they're not uncomfortable. I've worn these for hours and hours at a time with no discomfort whatsoever. Now I will say one thing about the ear pads is they're a very elongated shape. So if you have wide ears, then you're going to be tucking them inside there. Mine fit in there pretty well, and I don't notice that they're touching, even though they probably are slightly. But it's just something to be aware of. If you have issues wearing around the ear pads that touch your ears, then that's something to be aware of. But again, they are very comfortable and they're very soft, and you can see how it slowly goes back up. That's the memory foam inside there. They do click in and out of place and stay put very well, so it adjusts pretty large for people with bigger heads, and then it'll go down pretty small for people with smaller heads. Now here on the left ear pad, you can see this is where your power switch is for turning on the noise cancellation, and also it acts as a bit of an amplifier for the headphones as well, which is kind of cool. So if you don't have a battery, your battery dies on these, and you have no power whatsoever, you can still listen to these headphones. And that's kind of interesting because with the Bose, when they cut off, you're done. So with these, even if your battery dies and you want to listen to a podcast or you want to listen to music, basically what you're going to be missing is some bass and a little bit of that lower mid-range boost. But otherwise, and also it does go down in volume a little bit, but you still can listen, which is a nice thing. As far as the battery's concerned, on this one, on the right ear cup, it's got like a little place for your finger to catch, and you see it just kind of opens up, and here's your AAA battery that runs it, and click it back into place. So very easy to get in and out. Also, the ANC7B comes with one cable that is this one right here. It plugs right into the bottom, and you'll notice it's not really a proprietary cable. It is just a regular 3.5 millimeter audio cable, and it goes into this little hole right here. Just plug it in and you are good to go. Now it is a snug fit, so if you're looking for replacement cables, you have to make sure you get one that has a pretty small outer casing on it. So one thing I will say, and I've noticed this with a lot of the noise canceling headphones I've tried now, the build quality on this is okay. As far as, like, when this turns, it's all very quiet and it's smooth, but it definitely feels like if you were to push this too far, it would just break. So you want to be careful with these, and it does come with a nice carrying case. Oops. It does come with a nice carrying case. So in that, if you are going to buy a set of these headphones, use the carrying case. It's got a very nice inset lay for it so that you can just set the headphones in there, and that'll protect them when you're going around places. So if you do plan on running around a lot with these headphones, you should be aware that if you abuse these, they probably won't last that long. As far as the fit and finish, it all looks very good. I've been wearing these for a couple of months now. They sound great, they look good, but again, too much pressure on these and they will break, and they just feel very lightweight. So it's a good thing in comfort. It's light, it's comfortable, but you need to be careful. First, let's talk about noise isolation on these, and then we'll get into the cancellation. The noise isolation on these, as with every other set of noise canceling headphones I've tried so far, I find it ironic that they block out noise coming in, but they let a ton of noise leak. So right now I've got some Santana playing at moderate levels, and you can probably hear it. And you're about, I guess, about 3 or 4 feet away from me as far as the microphone's concerned. So that's what you'd actually hear if you were sitting, fairly close to me. And, that's one thing that's a little bit, I guess, a little frustrating, is because a lot of people ask about buying sets of these to get on airplanes. And yeah, sure, they'd sound good, but you better keep that volume down if you don't want to bug the people around you. So if you keep it at moderate low levels, you probably won't bother anybody. But if you really want to jam out and block out some noise, you probably don't want to buy these and take on a plane. As with other sets of noise canceling headphones that I've tried, it's a really bizarre sensation. If you just put these on, like, I can hear my computer fan right now. If I put these on and I turn them on, actually I can still hear it with these on and no noise canceling on. So when I turn it on, my fan noise is gone, but you'll get that kind of pressure sort of feeling in your ears, like you're going up higher altitudes, like your ear has to pop. The interesting thing is, after you wear them and if you start listening to a little bit of things in it, if you just put them on and you have nothing playing, it's very apparent. You'll notice it. If you start listening to some music or podcasts or anything like that, your brain will let you forget that cancellation's going on. So just be aware. It is a bizarre feeling and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and do this test here. Alright, so now I've basically got ambient noise from an airplane playing through my speakers here, and it's about the same level that you'd hear if you were on a plane. So we're going to see what that sounds like when I put these on. So initially what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these on with no music, and then what I'm going to do is just turn on some music at a pretty low level, as if somebody were sitting next to me, and see if anything's noticeable at that point. Alright, so I've got these on, and it removed a little bit of the bass from that sound, but I can still hear like almost like rushing water kind of now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some music just fairly low and see if that helps detract from that. So I've got, right now I'm listening to Michael Bublé at a pretty low level, and it's probably just a mind thing, but then I don't notice that sound at all. Or it could be the active noise cancellation actually kicking in and canceling that out with the music. But when I turn it all the way down, I definitely notice it. But if I turn it up just even to a low to very moderate level, then it's not noticeable. So that is something to notice. The noise cancellation does work, but you will, at least with that, you'll still hear it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the office noises and do the same thing. All right, and so these are what you'd hear in a standard office environment. Okay, so again, in this situation, it blocks out a lot of that low hum noise, but the printer, I can still hear that. I can hear the people typing. I can hear a lot of clanking around the room. So you will still pick up those noises. It's a lot fainter, but that hum sound is gone now. And then if I play some music again at a very low level, now with this, I can still pick up on those things. It's definitely not as noticeable, but I can hear it. So wrapping up on the noise canceling from the ANC7Bs, they're good, but they're definitely not the best I've heard. They're somewhere in the middle of the ballpark as far as that's concerned. They will cut out a lot of the low level hums that you hear or like air conditioner noises, but any of the higher pitched, people talking, papers rattling, keys clacking, you'll hear more of that with these. So again, they're good. They're not the best, but I mean, they're also not the most expensive by any stretch. So that's the noise canceling on the ANC7Bs. So let's talk about the bass on the ANC7Bs. The bass actually really surprised me in these headphones. They're clean, they have extended bass, they don't go super deep into the sub bass type levels, like they're not going to shake on your head or anything like that, but if you're looking for clean, really articulate bass, these do a nice job. And I found that they're good with pretty much any genre, whether it be classical, jazz, vocalist, guitarist, even into the rap, hip-hop genres. As long as you're not trying to push these to beats type levels, these sound very good and they do a great job, and they're very enjoyable to listen to as far as the bass is concerned. So let's talk about the mid-range on the ANC7Bs. These again surprised me. The mid-range might be a touch recessed. They're very similar to the M50s in that regard, but they sound amazing. Listening to Lorena McKennitt or Michael Bublé or Josh Groban, any vocalists sound absolutely phenomenal on it. And then if you get into jazz and you're listening to instruments, everything is clean, clear. It's not harsh. It's like I said, a touch bit laid back, which I don't mind at all. It's a very enjoyable, very pleasing sound. So again, pretty much any genre you throw at these as far as the mids are concerned, they sound great. So let's talk about the treble on the ANC7Bs. Again, these do a fantastic job. I mean, even with the noise cancellation on in there, you don't lose much in the detail and the resolution in the music. These do a wonderful job. At no point at any time listening to these did I feel that anything became harsh or fatiguing while listening. Now, I will say, if you turn it up way too loud, or if you start going to the louder realms, then it will start getting a little bit piercing, but we're talking extremes, because at that point also the bass is becoming muddy and the mids are blown out. So listening to these things at moderate to moderately loud levels, they sound absolutely amazing. Now, the only thing I do want to go over with these is they do start getting more full-bodied when you get up into the moderate listening levels. So down on the lower end, everything's a little bit muffled, but they're all balanced out. So the bass and the mids and the highs are all in line. They're just kind of, I don't know, it's almost like they're behind a veil. But as soon as you get into the lower moderate levels, they start sounding amazing. And all the way up into the moderately loud, they sound great. So wrapping up on the ANC7Bs, I've got to say that these are actually one of my favorite sets of noise canceling headphones that I've listened to. And it really has to do with the combination of the price, the sound quality, and the noise cancellation. So the noise cancellation isn't the best. These are only $150 retail. The sound quality is outstanding. I mean, it's seriously up there with other headphones in the same ballpark, the M50s. They sound very similar. And you know, it's one of those things to where if noise cancellation is the most important thing to you, there are other better ones out there. If you want the whole package though, at $150, or if you can find them on sale somewhere, these are actually a very good deal. Now again, the build quality, you'll need to be careful with these. You don't want to destroy them. They are comfortable. But overall, I gotta say I really like these headphones, and I actually let a couple of friends of mine borrow these and also try out some of the other ones, and they ended up buying these because they like that same price performance. So overall, a very good set of headphones, and if you're looking at noise canceling headphones, I would definitely suggest giving these things a shot. This has been Alan with HeadphoneReviewHQ.com. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Audio-Technica ANC7b active noise canceling headphones. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them in the forum below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And if you found this review helpful, please leave me a thumbs up. It helps me show up in YouTube, get more people on my pages. Also, if you plan on buying these, please do use my link in the description below, as that helps me bring you more of these reviews over time. Also, check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/headphonereviewhq. I've also got a Twitter account, which is @headphonehq. And as always, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave me a thumbs up, and I've got a ton more reviews coming your way, and I'll be seeing you here soon. Thank you.